Good day to you all. Today we are going to see the description of human heart or anatomy of human heart. Heart is a rolly cone-shaped hollow muscular organ, meaning it has a lumen that blood can pass through it, and it is a muscle which are under involuntary control. It is about 10 centimeter long and 225 and weight about 225 gram in women and the 310 gram in men. It is about the size of the owner's fist, meaning when a person cleans his hand like this, so it is about the size of the owner's cleansed hand. The heart is the pumping machine of the body, meaning it is responsible for pumping the blood into various parts of the body for person to be normal and they perform well function. Let's see the position of the heart. The heart is located in the thoracic cavity. In the mediastinum, which is space between the lungs. It is slightly more to the left side of the chest. Let's see the interior part of the heart. When I say interior, I mean the internal part of the heart. The heart has a layers. When I say layer, refers to the distinct level of tissue or structure in the body. The layers of the heart is three. We have the pericardium, myocardium, and the endocardium. Pericardium is the outermost layer of the heart and is made of two sacs, the outer fibrous pericardium and the inner serous pericardium. The outer fibrous pericardium is responsible for protecting and prevent overdistension of the heart during contraction. In between the fibrous pericardium and the serous pericardium, there is another layer which is called parietal pericardium that attaches to the fibrous pericardium. In between parietal pericardium and serous pericardium, there is a space called pericardial space, and it is filled with a fluid called pericardial fluid, which is responsible for lubricating the layers to prevent friction, and that will what makes the heart beating without rubbing against fibrous pericardium. Then the second layer is myocardium, which is the muscular layer found only within the heart, and it is the middle layer of the heart. It is responsible for contracting to pump the blood into various parts of the body. The myocardium is thickest at the apex and thin at the base of the heart due to the nature of the function that each side performs. And still, the left ventricle is more thicker than the right ventricle because the left ventricle has to pump the blood into systemic circulation, meaning into various parts of the body, including the lower part and the upper part of the body. Whereas the right ventricle has to pump the blood into pulmonary circulation, meaning into the lung for the exchanging of gases. The third layer is the endocardium, which is the innermost layer of the heart and is lying the chambers and the valve of the heart. It is a thin, smooth membrane to ensure smooth flow of blood through the heart. That is about the layers of the heart. The heart has four chambers and is divided into left and right side by a septum, or I can say cardiac septum, and it has four chambers. We have the right atrium, the left atrium, and we have the right ventricle and the left ventricle. The chambers is divided into upper chambers and the lower chambers by a atrioventricular valves. The upper chambers is the atria chambers, while the lower chambers is the ventricle chambers. This means that in every side, in left side and the right side, there is a ventricle and there is atrium. The right atrium and the right ventricle is divided by right atrioventricular valves, in other words called tricuspid. The reason why it is called tricuspid because it has three leaflets or three cups, which is responsible for preventing backflow of blood from the ventricle region to the atrium region during the contraction. And in the left side of the heart, between the left atrium and the left ventricle, is divided by left atrioventricular valve, or I can say it bicuspid valve or mitral valve. The reason why it is called bicuspid because it has two leaflets or two cups. It is also prevent the backflow of blood from the left ventricle to the left atrium during contraction of the ventricle, because the flow of blood to the heart is always one way, forward ever, backward never. There is inelastic fibers that help the valve and strengthening it to perform its function normally, which is called chordae tendineae. It is the one that is responsible for helping the valves to become very strength to be able to close during the contraction of the ventricles, and it attached to the extension of the myocardium, which is a muscle that is called papillary muscle. Is a little extension of the myocardium, which is a site for the attachment of the chordae tendineae below. Let's see the blood flow to the heart. Blood always comes to the heart through the atrial region, and we all know that we have two main blood vessels. There is arteries and the vein. The arteries carry blood away from the heart to the various part of the body, while the vein carry the blood from the various part of the body back to the heart. And the artery is responsible for the carrying oxygenated blood, which is highly rich in oxygen and nutrients, while the vein carry the oxygenated blood, meaning the blood that doesn't contain oxygen rather than carbon dioxide and the other waste substances back to the heart for the exchange of gas.